What's up guys, Andrew from SilverCityReef back with another video, and in this one we're going to be assembling the mini complete tank. So it's been a couple weeks since the unboxing. Since then I did receive the replacement tank, which I will put a picture in right here. I also was debating on where I was going to put it, and I finally found a spot and purchased the shelves. Again, I will input that picture right here. But now that those things are done, I think it's time that we set this up. So the first thing I'm going to do is unwrap everything, and I'm probably going to lay down a towel just so nothing gets scratched. Here's the new tank. As you can see, no cracks. I actually have the old one right here, and it's got the cracked overflow, and they sent me the new one, and the new one is perfect. The tape did leave some sticky residue on the bottom, so I'll have to make sure we wash that real well and get that all off. Alright, so it would appear that my camera timed out while I was trying to put the lid on. So, as you can see, there's a slight bow in on the front panel of the acrylic tank, which prevents the top from sitting just right. I'm hoping once there's water in here, we'll actually push it out and the top will fit a little nicer. If not, I may find a way just to stretch the middle a little bit. Maybe put something in between it just to hold it square for a week or so, until the tank naturally holds the square shape. Now, I had to do some research on how these baffles go. It appears we have two of everything. So, two of these small ones, two of these larger ones, and I also have two of these little ones. Now, the little one goes right there. On the other side, from what I've seen on the Mini Complete Tank Instagram page, this hole right here would go on the bottom on this side, like so. And then you would take the larger one with the slit at the top and the screen at the bottom. Sorry guys, my phone doesn't focus as well. And it would sit like that. So what I'm going to have to do is unwrap these pieces and put them back in. As you can see, this one's sitting a little high because it gets snug at the bottom. So I may try the other one to see if it fits a little bit better, but we'll see. Now quickly, they also give you two of these which attach the pump. The clear end goes on the output of the pump, and then this piece goes through the hole, if my camera will focus, on the input side. I will get you guys better footage when the time comes. So let me unwrap these pieces and put these baffles in. Now that we have the baffles in for the tank itself, we're going to have to put the baffle in the sump. Now, one thing I'm going to say, when you're taking the brown paper off of specifically this piece right here, because it's so small and made of acrylic, it wants to bend. So just be very careful, take your time. It is a bit difficult to get them started, but luckily they send 2 of each piece. So if you do end up breaking one, at least you have extras. These are a little bit stronger because they're bigger. But again, just take your time and all will go well. Here's what I came up with. This heater is really, it's quite large for this small of a sump, and it doesn't bend real easy. I think I saw a 10 watt at Petco. That's about this big, so I may pick that up and try that instead. Ended up using just the fine sponge and the filter floss material because I picked up a Marine Pure cube that I was hoping I could throw in here. So with the sump set up like this, I can just fit one right here. So I think this is going to be the final layout for right now. If I change it or come up with something else, I will be sure to update you guys and let you know. Alright, so the company recommends washing or running the pump in water for at least 5 minutes, and it also recommends tapping the side of the pump first. So, filled up this bowl with just tap water, and you're just going to tap the side of the pump. Place it inside of the bowl. And then we're going to plug it in. Now, we're just going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. While the pump is in the water, flushing out any oils or anything that could be on it, I'm going to wash all of the acrylic pieces, the sump, the baffles, the tank itself, and the top, just to make sure there isn't any oils or anything left on those as well. Again, I'm just going to use tap water to do this. Everything's washed. I rinsed the Marine Pure, the pump ran for 5 minutes, and all of the acrylic pieces were washed. So, it's time for final assembly. We're going to start with the sump. this is supposed to be a biomedia filter, but we're going to have the marine pure, so I don't really need this. Next, we're going to get our pump in place. Which will basically just sit down in the corner. And you want to make sure that when the hose attachment, whatever you want to call this, is on, that you can easily get it to the corner where it needs to feed into the display. And then I would place the marine pure, like so. Now, eventually I'm going to need a temperature controller before I add any coral or anything to this. So I want to make sure I still have room for that, which I should. It is finished. I'm just going to put it in place on the shelf that I put up in my bedroom. This was just a quick aquascape, but I kind of like it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it in the long run, but for now I think this will do. It should also help bring some nitrifying bacteria, which will hopefully populate that marine pure cube. I'm not even sure where to begin. Let's start with the product idea itself. I think this is a great idea, and it's really awesome that they were able to make such a small, complete tank with sump and all. The way it functions is very well. As you can see, the water line is perfect. It's not fluctuating. You can barely hear it running. The pump is very quiet. The water flow is very quiet. This light, I did post the par in my first video, the unboxing video, but it is definitely strong. It's bright. Seems fairly well built, but it's very lightweight at the same time. Obviously it's LED, so it doesn't need much. The overall material quality seems to be very good, and I think that's going to do it for the pros. The cons would be the fact that both the tank and the sump are bowed in on the front panels, so the tank to the sump doesn't line up, the top to the tank doesn't line up. It's really kind of annoying. For what they're asking, I feel like they need to find a way to fix that problem or lower the price. Now, another thing I don't really like is that the light is just, free to move around. And with the top moving around as well, it makes it even worse. I wish they would have made a way, like extended the lips just so that the light sat down and kind of like clips into place, or at least has something to hold it in place. I think that would have made a better design. The removable baffles I do like, so actually I'm going to add that to the pro section. I mean, they're not really necessary, but they are nice to have at the same time. It looks like they put some kind of clear coat, like a gloss coat, on the outside of the tank, but oversprayed the hell out of it, so you can see it's like dripped down the side of the tank. It's multiple spots as well. So again, quality control for the price that they're asking. They need to dial that in a little bit. It's not like it's a $20 mini aquarium. It's almost $100 once you have everything with the heater and the light and everything. So I just feel like for that kind of money, I mean, I could set up a Innovative Marine Nuvo 10 for, what was it, $100, $200? I'm pretty sure I could pick up an all-in-one for around $100 if I really looked. Anyways, the baffles are pushing out on the sump, making the sump too wide. Like I said earlier, I'm going to have to file those down. Again, quality control. I think the company could really make a good business out of this. They just need to get the quality control in check. I mean, my first tank was cracked. This one has clear coat leaking down the side. The baffles in the sump are pushing out the walls. Nothing lines up correctly. For $100, I gotta be honest, I kind of expected a little bit more than what I'm getting. So, other than that, like I said, function-wise, this thing functions great. You can see there's some micro bubbles in the return, but not a big deal. They did put out a new version 2 blue light that actually has violet, so I'd be interested to see how that looks. If the price went down, I'd honestly probably buy 2 more of these and do a freshwater planted. I'd have this one for maybe go like LPS and SPS. I don't know how much SPS I can go. I mean, the par on these things about 200 on high, so I would think I'd be able to get some, at least like Leptoceras, that doesn't require much flow or light. I think that is going to do it for this video. I will show you the finished product once I have it in place and set up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below and I can do more like this. Let me know what you guys think after watching this video, whether or not you think it's worth it or not. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys have to say. So, on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one.